Hey there, tech fans. Today I've got the Orei HDS-404MV 4-input, 4-output HDMI matrix with multi-viewer capability. This product allows you to very easily connect 4 different HDMI media devices to 4 high-definition monitors at the same time while providing complete control over which of those media streams is being displayed on each one of the monitors at any given time by simply tapping a few buttons on the front of the unit or by using the infrared remote control or through an RS-232 connection on the rear. The product fully supports 4K media content and is both HDMI 1.4 as well as HDCP 1.4 compliant, which means it's plug-and-play compatible with a wide range of modern media equipment. It also provides audio extraction capabilities where it can digitally separate the audio component from the media being displayed and allows you to pass that audio through an analog or digital connection to a home stereo or a soundbar for that full theater experience. Now, as part of this overview, I'd like to start with a quick unboxing just to show you everything that's included with the kit. And then I'll take a closer look at the unit and I'll explain the connections and indicators so you understand how to use it. And then I'll come back one more time and point out some of the special features this product provides that you can use to compare it to other HDMI matrix products you may be considering. So let's get started with the unboxing. So when you first pop open the box, you'll find the HDS-404MV. You'll also find a single 5-volt 2-amp DC power supply. You can simply plug this into any standard wall outlet. The other end of the cable has a barrel connection on it with a locking collar, which plugs directly into the back of the unit and provides all the power you'll need for operation. Also included is a USB-A to micro USB cable, and you can use this to update the firmware on the product if needed later on. You can also use this to send RS-232 control signals to this unit to actually make changes to the configuration. You'll find a bracketing kit you can use to mount the product up off the ground and out of the way. An infrared remote control is also included so you can make your selections from quite a distance away from the product. And finally, a full instruction manual is included that lists connection diagrams, specifications, and a lot of other really good information about the product that you'll need to understand in order to use it correctly. Now, if you stay tuned next, I'll take a closer look at the unit, and then I'll come back and point out some of the special features that this product provides. The product features a full metal enclosure which makes it incredibly durable and helps to minimize outside interference from causing any issues with the sensitive electronics inside. On either side of the cabinet, you'll find these ventilation slots that are really designed to let any heat that develops during operation escape, and it keeps the electronics inside at a very comfortable temperature. You'll also find mounting holes on both sides of the cabinet that can be used with the included bracketing kit to mount this up off the ground and out of the way. On the bottom of the unit are 4 rubber feet that'll help to protect the surface you set it down on and keep it from sliding around during operation. On the front of the unit, starting on the left, you'll find a power indicator. The minute you add power to the unit and turn it on, it starts an internal power on self-test where it checks the electronics, and once it passes that test, it'll light that LED letting you know it's ready to use. To the right of that is an infrared receiver window, and that's where the signals from that remote controller picked up. So when you set this up on your desktop or your media center, make sure that window is visible if you're using the remote control. To the right of that, you'll find 4 collections of 4 LEDs each, labeled D, C, B, and A, and these indicate which of the inputs is currently being sent to that output. And you can move through these by tapping these 4 buttons right here. This one's for A, B, C, and D. Every time you tap the button, it'll move to the next input and then back to the first one. On the right of that, you'll find a scaler button. You can tap that to actually walk through the different resolutions that the product supports. To the right of that is an audio selection button. This unit provides audio extraction capabilities where it can digitally separate the audio from the media being displayed, and you can select which of the audio inputs you'd like to have extracted by tapping that button. To the right of that is a mode button. You can tap that to move through the different multi-view modes that are available on the product, and again, these are fully explained in the manual. On the rear of the units where you'll make all your connections, starting on the left, you'll find 4 full-sized HDMI ports labeled input 1, 2, 3, and 4. These connect to whatever media devices you'd like to use with the product, and always use a high-quality cable to make those connections. To the right of that are 4 more full-sized HDMI ports labeled output A, B, C, and D. These connect to your 4 high-definition monitors that you'd like to use to enjoy the content from these input devices. To the right of that, you'll find 2 more connections for audio, 3.5mm analog stereo, and a Toslink digital connection. As I mentioned, it does audio extraction capabilities, so to pass that audio from this unit along to your sound system, you can use one of these 2 connections. To the right of that is a micro USB port that has 2 functions. You can update the firmware on this unit through that micro USB port by connecting it to a local computer and moving the firmware file over, or you can connect this to a local computer to issue RS-232 commands to control the unit. To the right of that is a DC input port, and that's used with the included power supply. Again, you can plug that into a wall outlet. The other end of the cable has a barrel connection on it. Plugs in right there, and you can finger tighten the collar. Then finally, to the right of that is a switch you can use to turn the unit on and off whenever you'd like to. I hope that closer look was helpful. Now here are a few really important things to keep in mind when you're comparing the Orei HDS-404MV with other HDMI matrix products you may be considering. The first thing has to do with the number of input connections and the number of output connections. A lot of matrix products on the market really limit the number of connections to maybe 2 or 3. This product provides 4 full-sized HDMI input connections that you can use for connecting devices like a DVD player or a game console or a home computer, pretty much anything with an HDMI port. It also provides 4 output connections that you can easily connect up 4 high-definition monitors. So essentially, you've got 4 input devices and 4 output devices, and because it's a matrix, you can display different inputs on all 4 of the monitors, or you can choose one of the inputs to be displayed across all 4 monitors at the same time. It also provides multiviewer capabilities where I can display all 4 inputs on a single monitor at the same time. And you can make all those choices by simply tapping a few buttons on the front of the unit, or by using the infrared remote control from quite a distance away from the product, or through a direct RS-232 connection on the back to a local computer. The product fully supports 4K high-definition media content, and it's both HDMI 1.4 as well as HDCP 1.4 compliant, and those are important standards because the HDMI standard in particular has gone through a lot of changes in recent years. There have been a lot of new features introduced, so knowing you're on one of the latest versions of HDMI means you can immediately take advantage of all those features. And the HDCP certification is equally important because that controls copy protection, so again, knowing you're on the latest version of HDCP means you can immediately play a wider variety of file types. And the final feature this product provides is audio extraction capabilities, where it can digitally separate the audio from the media stream being displayed, and then allows you to pass that along through either an analog or a digital connection to a home stereo or even a soundbar for that full theater experience. Everything you need to get started is included with the kit, and with a few simple connections you can be up and running in no time. So I hope you found value in this review, and until next time, as always, stay nerdy.